actually recording this time? We are. My last video from last period recorded for 3 seconds. So I've already beaten that. So you know what I say to that? Thank you. I'll be here 5 times a day.
Wait, what?
Sorry, no, I don't have an autograph. Sorry.
He doesn't have a name.
Next time. All right, here we go. Here we go. Today, we're just extending what we knew before. Yesterday, we learned angle-angle as a way that we can prove similarity between triangles. And we worked out using ratios that we made equal to each other. Question?
Oh, where's the second
Right here. Thanks. All right, so today we're just dealing with side angle side and side side side, and also a little bit about the sides of a triangle. We're going to do an activity at the end of the period. Okay, so looking at this, this is new. Side, 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 and that's relating. These sides are congruent. Those are, and those are as well, or similar. They're similar. So what do you think we can call this, just to make it memorable? What do you think this is called? You're close. It's actually you have to do it for 8 seconds. All right, I'm counting. Man. All right. Next, we have side, angle side. Look what we have. 2 sides in common, 1 angle, another side in common. Okay. And what should we call this?
SAS.
SAS. Okay. SAS, you can call it SAS if you want. Side, angle, side. Very good. Wrong. That's pretty good, Isaac. Nice. All right, so looking at this, we know how to solve this already. We go ahead and connect what corresponds to 3, and who could tell me why? What corresponds to 3? 6, and why did you say that? How did you visualize that that side is the same on that other triangle? Anybody? What's over here? What angles? BC right here has 2 angle markers next to it, and that's helpful. 1 tick mark, 2 tick marks, right? It's the side between 1 tick mark and 2 tick marks. 1 tick mark, 2 tick marks. So we know those are connected. This one over here has no tick marks and 2, no tick marks and 2, so I know X and 12 are related. So this was from yesterday, just showing us again. We put the ratio of the corresponding sides. You just have to remember that everything on the bottom is from one of our triangles. Everything on the top and bottom are from just the different triangles there. That has to be organized in that way. Next, cross multiply. 6x is 36, x is 6. And I look here, and we're looking for AC, which is actually identified as x. So I know that my AC is equal to 6. Pretty straightforward. If this made sense, how we set it up, remembering the triangles have to be organized in this way, then the rest of it's pretty straightforward. What corresponds to side here that has 5? How'd you know, Jason? Good. Tick marks here. 3 tick marks, 3 tick marks. So 5 and 10 are corresponding. And then X corresponds to X plus 5, right? 1 tick mark for X, 1 tick mark for X plus 5. Those correspond. Okay, same thing. Number 2. We go ahead and put 5 over 10 is equal to X over X plus 5. Right? All right. Cross multiply just like before. 10x is equal to 5x plus 25. Get all the x's to one side. By subtracting 5x from 10, you get 5x. So we know x is 5. So that's great. All done. Nice. Put my marker away. Maybe sit down. I'm done, right? Yeah? Oh, right. You have to plug in, right? So I go over here. I know I need to find DF. df is x plus 5, so df is x plus 5, so I'm going to put my 5 in there, and I get 10. df is equal to, right? Same way we set it up. Same way we set it up. What corresponds to 6? 3. 2 tick marks, 2 tick marks. All right, so lastly, 20 corresponds to x plus 5. So it's the same thing. We just go in here. We have 3 over 6 is equal to x plus 5 over 20. Cross multiply. Okay. Cross multiply. 6x plus 30 is equal to 60. Subtract that 30 to the other side, and we get 30 on the other side. Divide by 6, we get 5. Skipping steps a little bit there, but it all makes sense, and it might be helpful, even if you're watching at home. How did I go from this line here to this line? How did I go from this line to this line? Right? So it's helpful sometimes when there's missing parts. You have to you have to figure out logically. Okay. So looking at that. I want to know AC. AC is equal to x plus 5, again, same as 2. So we have AC is x plus 5. Let's put the 5 in there. So we get 10. AC is 10. All right. All right, thumbs up, sideways, or down for doing these type of operations. Good. It's so similar to how we did it yesterday. So the 3 steps. Number 1 is see if you can determine if the triangles are similar and how. Okay, so they can be similar by AA, similar by SS, similar by SAS. Once you know they're similar, connect corresponding sides, and then the last step is to set up your ratios, cross multiply, find your x. You may need to plug it in after you find x, that's all. Okay. So we're going to transition to the second part here, and what I'm going to have you do is I'd like for you to only copy down the questions. So you're going to copy down this question and leave some space. Copy down this next question, leave some space. While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead and pass out the straws for this activity. So just coming around. Don't lose these. Don't chew on them. Don't, bend them. Nothing. Yes?
Wait, so you just write down the questions?
Correct. All right, there's another one on the ground. Right. There's one for each of you. Okay, I'll take one last slide, please. And take one back. All right, everyone has a straw now? Almost. Okay, I'll give you another, how about 10 seconds to get those 2 questions jotted. Leave a little bit of space. Okay. All right, here's how the activity is going to go. Everyone has one length of straw. It doesn't matter which one it is. To make a triangle, you've got to find 2 other people, right? That's what you're going to do. So first off, you're going to find 2 others with straws that create a triangle. There's going to be some combination of straws that don't make triangles, and there's going to be some that actually do make triangles. So the first part here is to find 2 others with straws that create the triangle. Then what you're going to do is trace and label the triangles on the back of the paper. So if you look at your triangle, it says the length on there has a numerical value. So if I was able to make a triangle with 5, 3, and 4, I would trace it out and go ahead and mark it like this. Now the quick way to trace out a triangle with 3 straws is not to carefully try to trace around it, right? You have your 3 straws on your piece of paper. Just make some points at the vertices. Take your straws out of the way, give it to your neighbor because they have to jot down too. And then just go and make a triangle. Label it, and that'll be good. Okay, that's the first step. Then find 2 others with straws that don't create a triangle. Okay, so first step, find 2 others that you can create a triangle with your piece and their other 2 pieces. And then you're going to find 2 other folks that will not make a triangle, and you're going to trace that too. If you trace that one, it's going to look like this. There's a 1, there's a 2. It doesn't meet, right? It doesn't meet. So you can think of it like this. Well, actually, I'll let you guys do that activity now. I'll pause it for those at home, so you can just take a break. Action.
There we go.
All right, great. All right, let's look at our questions now. Everyone has 2 triangles marked out on their paper. So if we look at this, somebody help me out. Name off a triangle that doesn't make sense.
1, 1, 1.
Say again?
1, 1, 1.
1, 1, 1. So we have a triangle 1, 1, 1. Okay, how about another one? 5, 5. 5, 5, 6. So 6. And then we have a 5 and a 5. All right, Jason? 2, 2, 1. 2, 2, 1? All right, I need some that aren't repeats because that's going to be kind of tricky to figure the rule from, or it's not going to be pure. Anyone else have? Everyone did it. So yeah, Malik. 6, 5, 4. 6, 5, 4. All right, name off one that doesn't work. Those are the ones that work. 5, 2, and 2. Another. 1, 2, 6. So we have a 6, we have a 2, we have a 1. Okay. Another? Did anybody get 2 straight lines? So for instance, you could have had 4, right? And then you have a 2, and you have a 2. That actually closes the bridge. That's exactly the distance between it. So if we look at it this way, if I have these 3 pieces here, 3 pieces here, we have a 6, right? We have a 6, we have a 2, and looks like we have a 3. Okay. So think about this. If this long line between is somebody has to build a bridge, right? And they go and they made the sides of the bridge that go up and down, and they're going to put it down for the first time. Tell me, does this person keep their job? What's going to happen with the cars?
They're going to have to jump.
They're going to have to jump, okay? Because it does not close. Okay. Now let's look. What happens if they make a new bridge and it has these segments? When they put it down, what's going to happen? Right? Here it made a triangle, but he's making a bridge, so does he get fired? Yeah, you got to make a bridge that goes flat. Okay. So, or yeah, 4-wheel drive. So here would be the bridge that does fit. This would be if we have a 6 and a 3 and a 3. Watch what happens when we put it down. Makes 2 straight lines right on top of each other. And now we have a bridge that works, right? Okay. So what do we know? Yeah. 2 straight lines. Okay. So we make our rule now. I think all the information, we can't have the longest side equal to the other 2, right? What do we need those other 2 to be? Good. Longest side is less than side 1 plus side 2. That's what we need to know. So we figured that out from the straws. We know that if it makes just a bridge, it's not a triangle. If it doesn't get to both sides, it's not a triangle. If it hits, then we have a triangle. So those 2 sides of the bridges have to be larger than that longest side. What can we figure about the angle based on the opposite side? So think about this right here. What is the largest angle with that? Top, left, or right? Let's call it like that. Biggest angle? I'll make it more pronounced. Biggest angle? Top. This is the largest angle, right? Across from the largest angle is what kind of side? How can we classify this? The longest side. So across from the largest angle is the longest side. Okay. Think about it. If you open up two rays like this, you get more space between my fingertips when we have a bigger angle. Right? What? We open the angle. Now you get it? Okay. Oh, I see. It's just another thing, and they're like minute little parts. It probably just made sense, but now we're verbalizing it. What's the smallest angle? Left side or right side? Left side. Say it's the smallest angle. Smallest angle is opposite of what side?
Right.
Right side. How would we classify this? So the largest angle is across from the longest side. Smallest angle across from the shortest side. So you always know that if the angle is bigger, the opposite side is going to be bigger. If the angle is more narrow, opposite side is going to be more narrow, right? Okay. So for the classwork and homework, all you're having to do is apply what we did in class and what we did yesterday to these new relationships. Okay, that allows us to find our ratios, make them equal to each other. For these type problems, it's going to be really quick. It's going to say, does 1, 3, 6 make a triangle? 1, 3, 6? No. 1 plus 3 is 4. The longest side has to be less than those added together. This does not make a triangle. Here's 6. Here's 1. Here's 3. There's no way for that to work. Okay, so I would just say no. That's the end of that question. They're that quick. Okay? When we get down here, they're going to have some sides, and they're going to basically just tell you to put the angles in order from least to greatest. You're just going to look at the sides based on that information. Okay. So that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. 123rd gets Oreos. I'm at like 99. I don't know. I'll give an alternate. What's an alternate to Oreos? Maybe they're not into the Oreos. Which ones? No? Skittles? New incentive. New incentive. Should I give sour Skittles? Regular Skittles?
Wait, give us the option to choose which one.
You can choose any snack item that's under $3. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
Can you get like 3 $1 things? Or like,
As long as there's no tax.
gotta be like plus tax of $1.
That'll work. Okay, that's going to give me the 123, no doubt.